3 reasons why Chicago PD will survive without Tracy Spiridakos. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. Chicago PD fans may have been holding out hope for the return of Jay Halstead, Jesse Lee Soffer. But Season 11 will be doing the opposite, and instead, take another main character out of the mix. Halstead's wife, Haley Upton, Tracy Spiridakos. The character will be exiting the show at some point during the upcoming season, though we don't yet know when. He'll be sad to see a character as established and familiar as Upton leave the IU, but there are some silver linings to be gleaned from this decision. Chicago PD will have cut ties with 2 characters in 2 seasons, meaning there are some opportunities to change things up and revitalize the show. Here are the reasons why we think Upton's exit may actually be a good thing. Chicago PD has not introduced many new characters in the last 5 seasons, in comparison to Chicago Fire and Chicago Med, who have swapped out several of their cast members. PD has preferred to keep things insulated and consistent. Upton's departure might be a chance to experiment with the formula. Since Upton will be quitting the U, then Hank Voight, Jason Begg, will have to bring in an officer to fill her spot. This is an exciting prospect, especially given that the most recent hire, Dante Torres, Benjamin Leviev Wheeler, hasn't been used to his fullest potential. This could give the show a fresh spin as it embarks on its 2nd decade. Chicago PD can share screen time more evenly between cops. There was a lot of screen time dedicated to Upton in Season 10, especially when it came to her crumbling relationship with Halstead. There was an emphasis on her heartache, which made total sense. But she was also the focus of a multi-episode involving a serial killer. We got standalone stories that focused on other characters, but it did feel like Upton got the lion's share of the subplots. Upton's departure will give the writers a chance to rebalance the show and spread the screen time more evenly between U members. It would be great to see, for example, an episode about Voight and how he's dealing with the departure of Halstead and Upton, 2 of his closest friends in the IU. Also, to reiterate, give Torres more to do. This is the single best aspect about the planned Upton exit. The fact that she will be leaving the show means that her marriage with Halstead can be salvaged, even if said salvaging takes place off-screen. For most of Season 10, it seemed as though the couple were headed for divorce. Upton even took off her wedding ring at one point, suggesting that things were irreparable. The writers have a chance to repair things between the 2 characters and give them a happy ending that will make their multi-season romance and eventual marriage play incredibly well on rewatch. Frankly, we're relieved. Nobody wanted to see Halstead and Upton divorce. It's official. Haley Upton will be turning in her badge during Chicago PD Season 11. According to Variety, the character, played by Tracy Spiridakos, will be ending her decade-long tenure with the IU, though it's unclear how many Season 11 episodes she will be appearing in. While it's undoubtedly sad to see a character, as beloved as Upton, prepare her exit, there were several signs that implied such a decision was going to be made. The depiction of Upton over the last few seasons, coupled with her complicated personal life, basically laid the foundation for what the PD writers are now working to address. Upton was characterized by her strict moral code when she joined the IU. It was a shocking turn. Then, when she killed a man out of self-defense, and subsequently agreed to cover it up with Hank Voight, Jason Begg, in Season 9, the decision not only put her at risk, but her husband Halstead, Jesse Lee Soffer, as well. Halstead was tasked with blackmailing a federal agent who looked into the death and did so as a means of protecting the woman he loved and, to an extent, his mentor. It was a riveting storyline, but it also marked a point of no return for Upton as an officer. It stripped her of one of her most distinct qualities. The 10th season of Chicago PD was basically the Adam Ruzek, Patrick John Fluger, and Kim Burgess, Marina Squirciati show. The 2 characters really claimed the spotlight thanks to the various personal struggles they were going through and the romantic tension that eventually brought them back together in the penultimate episode of the season. The role being occupied by Ruzek and Burgess was previously filled by Upton and Halstead, which meant the latter couple had become less important to the foundation of Chicago PD. Besides, the decision to have most of the IU members dating each other was beginning to strain believability and making the ensemble insulated from outside, possibly interesting side characters. The biggest hint that Upton's days were numbered on PD was that her husband left in Season 10. The 2 of them had just gotten married, so the notion that Halstead would leave and allow his marriage to fall apart was a stretch for the character and an incredibly disappointing end to an otherwise sweet relationship. The only real fix was to write Upton off the show as well, so that they can be together without having to appear in front of the camera. The PD showrunners and producers have not spoken at length about their decision to get rid of Upton, but we'd be shocked if Halstead's exit didn't play a major role. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Chicagopdofficial, a special. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. I am your friend, let's start.